Okay, so today we have an 022 ignition distributor. This is out of a 912. This is from a customer that we did some work on heads for, and he has built his engine. The distributor was sent out to somebody to get rebuilt, parties unknown. Apparently they modified it. Why they modified it, I have no idea, because these are the best distributors for a 912 engine. And immediately, since I've done one or two of these, I can twist the rotor and tell you this is way too tight and doesn't have enough travel. So I'm going to see what it looks like. Always helps if you clip the right thing. The 12 was not too bad.
I was about to say the 12. I thought the 12 was not terrible.
It's a little bit. It's a little bit of a smaller gap, but I'm not worried about that. Okay, we should have been advancing by now, and we're not. We're still not. Oh, it's just started to move. 750 distributors, so 1500 engine RPM for it to even start to move. Okay, so the only good thing about this advance curve is it returns to its start point. Otherwise, it's half what it should be. 8 degrees total advance. You can see by the time I get to 1750, 750, we have 1 degree, 1000 RPM. These are all distributor RPM, so multiply it by 2 to get engine RPM. So that's 1500, 2000, 2500, 3000, etc. So these, typically you want an advanced curve that starts off, goes like this, and then flattens out. And normally you want to go from 0 to around 14 to 16 degrees. So on an engine, that's going to give you 30 degrees of crankshaft advance. The bag that this thing came in said they wanted a static idle of 16 degrees, 16 to 20 degrees, which is before TDC. And if you add that to multiply 8 by 2 to get crankshaft advance, that would be 16. That would give us a total of 32 degrees advance, which is about what you want to see. Difference is we want to come from around 0 to 5 degrees before to 30 to 35 degrees before at 5000 RPM on a 912. When you over advance down here at idle, that means you're firing the flame front and it's burning, and that piston has to push up through it. It's hurting rings and it's hurting rod bearings. It's putting more pressure on the engine than it needs to. None of it is good. So now we've just got to see what they did and if I can undo it, or whether they've turned a really expensive unobtainium distributor into a paperweight.
Where's the word?
You'll see it. Just
Hold your horses.
calm down. So what the guy did was this hole here is what dictates how much movement the rotor has. This pin slides down in here, so not only were the springs too tight, the wrong barrel size, the advance mechanism could only move that far because he welded up the hole. So we're going to try and unweld it.
Is it normally a teardrop shape? What is it?
No, it's normally round. Let's see it better on the back side.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's like a blob of weld. It might just blob out.
No, it's going to be a pain in the ass. Still got more to go.
But what do you achieve by messing with it?
You just make a mess out of it. Take things backwards. At least I didn't mess with the weights.
You just do the points by eye.
Yes.
Is there much point going on?
Nope, none. The springs aren't strong enough. They're doing it. Now we got the advance we should have, but it's too early. The jump from here to here is too much. Started at 1 degree at 500, which is great. Then 4 degrees at 750, but this jump's too broad. 8 degrees and 250 RPM. So I'm just going to put a new set of springs in it.
Well, you get good at taking them apart. Again. Do they deflect too easy? Is that what's happening?
They're the wrong spring. They're probably a VW one. Because there's only one source for a spring that will work. Okay, so I was having problems with how quickly the distributor was advancing. And the way that these ones work is the first part is spring tension, so as these springs expand, that's the first part of the curve. The second part of the curve is deflection. So what happens is the spring actually gets twisted sideways, kind of like that. So what this guy has done, he has ground off here and here, which is supposed to deflect the spring. That's why my primary curve advances like 2 degrees too much before it hits that deflection. This has, by doing this, you've pretty much trashed a unreplaceable distributor. I can't just buy a new one of these. So I can get it as close as possible, and we can see here where it's being cut and cut. But yeah, I tried a different set of springs. I've had the thing apart like 5 times, because I can get it to start advancing nicely, but with this here I can't fix this.
Can you weld on it yourself?
No, I'm not starting on down that track. Okay, so the long and the short, this distributor will never work right again with the modifications here. I can't get it to time where it needs to time. A lot of things were wrong with this. It had been shortened on the advance. It was shimmed too tight to where you could turn it, but there was no free play, so when the thing got hot it just would have locked up. And now, after trying to get it to time several times and looking closer at this ground off section here, I just called the customer to say, well, you got a nice expensive paperweight, because we can't make it work.